Maybe I should have gone to the bathroom before starting stream, but let's just go to the bathroom later once I finish this up or get some people in here. That way people don't join and just be quiet. What up, Mr. Bird, Static, Noel? Today we're drawing Sarah. She is a demon, takes jobs very seriously. She's a bit of a mercenary. She's the kind of don't fuck with me and get the job done or I'll kill you myself kind of person. What up, Zixo? No idea what that says. GTA 6. I don't know where that got brought up from. Speaking of GTA, I might be doing some GTA later or Final Fantasy. Depends, really depends. I haven't really decided yet. I also might be restarting story mode and actually going through and 100%ing the whole game slowly but surely and making sure I get every single event and everything like that. Making sure I don't progress without getting gold medals because I don't want to go back and get them later. Just all the good stuff. Looking up how I would get gold medals. I've thought about doing that for a bit. Maybe that'd be enjoyable to watch. Because I've been meaning to 100% the game. And I've been watching a bunch of stuff, and it shows that even though I think I've gotten almost everything, I've missed quite a lot of stuff, and that's why my random encounters is nowhere near as high as it should be. And that makes a lot more sense as I can't get these encounters anymore. What up, Fred? So I may be restarting GTA story mode, as disheartening as that sounds to me. So now we are just making the lines more crispy so we can start shading and all that stuff. Why did you start YouTube? I did it at first as a hobby. And then I found out you could actually make it into an actual career, and I thought, why not give it a shot and try and make it into an actual career? Be one of the only things I was actually good at is making content. I've definitely gained a lot more experience as I've gone on. What up, Nick? So, yes, Sarah is a mercenary who used to be part of the Hell's military, but as Hell kind of, shit the bucket, she kind of became a mercenary afterwards, taking jobs and getting paid and all that shit. She is the kind of, though, that you either do the job or she'll kill you herself afterwards. I was busy with something. That's fine. You're okay. If you can't tune in, then you can't tune in. That's just life. What matters is you're here now. So don't beat yourself up. You couldn't tune into one of my other streams. Sometimes life just gets in the way, and that's that. Ain't nothing else to it. I'd like to be tuned in for a lot of things or do a lot of things, but life just gets in the way. I'd like to go back to uploading every day, but you know, my life kind of gets in the way of that, you know? It's just how it is. Give me a shout out. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. Okay, static. I don't really, for one, I don't know how to do shout outs, and I don't really like doing shout outs. Most streamers, if you ask for a shout out, they ban you. From my experience, I haven't actually asked for a shout out, but I have seen people get banned for asking for shout outs, or I've just seen it in rules. To me, asking for a shout out is kind of rude, I guess, just from what I've experienced. I think people who also self-promote themselves and other things are pieces of shit too, in my opinion. Or just rude at least. To me, if you go and self-promote in somebody else's thing, it's just really rude. That's what was happening last stream. Which is why I don't allow self-promotion. But yeah, so I've been thinking about restarting my GTA story mode and trying to 100% that. Making sure I get all the gold medals I can get my hands on. Collecting all the heist crew members. Sorry about last stream, I feel terrible. Well, it's in the past. That's all I can say. It's in the past. So far, this has been my worst performing drawing stream yet. And I know I haven't been streaming for all that long, but I've noticed that usually within the first 5 minutes is when I start getting a lot of the viewers. So this stream doesn't seem to be performing all too well. Which tells me it's not going to be a very long one and shit, so. It's just not going to be a very long one. Have you ever watching? What do you mean? I don't know, have you ever watching, what that means. Sorry about the Discord incident. Was there another one? Like today? Was there another Discord incident today? That I'm just not aware of? That because my mods already took care of it? So there we go. He's talking about the not safe for work incident? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's gonna happen. People are gonna come in and start being really weird. But that's why they just get banned. Just coloring our horns. I'm frankly, who's spamming not safe for work? I don't know. So we go, there goes our horns, all colored in. You and my friend nearly have the same art style. I developed my own art style, so. I have no idea what you're going on about in chat, Static. You seem to be just talking to talk. So there's Sarah. This is probably my worst performing drawing stream, as we don't seem to have more than a viewer, a singular viewer. It's what it's telling me. Usually I have a lot of people in here either shit talking me or just a lot of people in here that are new to the channel. And that just does not seem to be the case today. Today, no one's really joined. So now we're just shitting in the pants, and the pants will not have like this texture to it, which I like. I hope people don't come in and start being weird. I'm honestly, I just kind of wish that we had a bigger viewership. Just today has not been very good for streaming. Maybe because it's Valentine's Day. That kind of explains a lot. That's Valentine's Day, so like not very many people are gonna actually be watching YouTube and shit. So, like that kind of explains today. What up, Flora? You need actual help? All right, Flora. I don't know. You know, you could just go on with your day. Maybe you could talk to your girlfriend or something like that, you know? Okay, Static, can you stop? The Discord incident, yes, it happened, but I know the Discord incident happened, but that was yesterday, and you don't need to keep talking about it. It happened. My mods took care of it very quickly. Somebody came in, with just spam some not safe for work art and left, but they got banned anyway. It happened. Move on. You don't need to keep dwelling over it that some guy came in and did that. I'm a woman. Well, I don't really know that, Flora. You know, to me, you're just a viewer. I don't know anything about you outside of what your profile picture looks like and what your name is there. So, sorry. Hey, Static, I can't even understand what you're saying anymore, dude. Your grammar is like terrible. I have no idea what you're talking about anymore. Who's Sarah? Sarah is this character. We will now put her name down because the drawing is basically finished. This is Sarah. She's a relatively old character of mine. She's one of the first side characters I ever created. She's supposed to be a mercenary, a demon mercenary in the world of Agony. So there we go. Actually, we'll shade in her hair a little bit. Her hair is kind of a dark color, so we'll just lightly shade it. And she's got like a little fire part in her hair here. But we'll just shade it in the hair real quick. Since I'm going to guess that we're not going to get a lot of people in here and nobody's going to be really asking questions about Sarah, I'm just going to probably end stream shortly. Because usually these streams blow up and I get maybe like 150 people in here at once, and I just... Sometimes they're rude, sometimes they're nice, but I know, for one thing I get is I get a lot of questions about lore and stuff like that. That doesn't really seem to be happening. Is she Nosy? Yes, she is. How old is she? She is, okay, Sunset Studio. I'm gonna go ahead and just ban you. I don't know why you would say that. Seems just kind of random. Sarah, though, considering she's in the military, and she's an ex-military, or she was in the Hell's military, and then she's ex-military, she is probably almost in her 30s. I'd like to say maybe she's 28 or 29, almost about to hit her 30s. She's a cool character, though. I really like your style, by the way. Thanks. So yeah, she's really good with she's a pyromancer. She mainly uses fire magic, you know. Most demons use fire magic, but she's really, really experienced in fire magic and can use it really well. I mean, she can go like ham with fire magic. She also is pretty good with spears, like halberds, more or less. She's really good with halberds. She doesn't really like joking around. She's just she just looks for work, gets paid, and goes on to the next job, being a mercenary and all. She does not have any siblings. Now we're going into the deep shading parts. She does not have any siblings. So for anyone that wants to ask if she has siblings, she does not have any siblings. She has no real connection with her mother anymore at this point, or her any other parts of her family. She has gone fully into the mercenary life and prefers to be alone. Does she have a psychic? Nope. Okay, this live came across my PFP. Well, welcome. Now we are just shading. We're just gonna darken some of this shit up. The back part here is dark. And we can start just darkening parts of the hair as the shade would build up there. And then there will be a shadow underneath. Be a bit of shadow here and here. What's her lore? Does she have a partner? No, she does not. She is somebody who prefers to be alone. Her lore is that Sarah used to be ex-military. She used to be part of the Royal Guard for Hell and protecting Hell's King. But she would fail that duty as Hell's King would be slain. Hell would then go into a very bad spot of poverty. She would then become a mercenary and taking on jobs that, mercenaries would. She really despises the Cult of Eden, as that's basically what caused Hell to go into poverty, because they just constantly would attack, and they would eventually cause the death of the king. Sarah does appear to be quite the miserable bastard. She does not really prefer to be around a lot of people. She prefers to just keep on the next job. She doesn't really like making emotional attachments, as the few she's had have not ended too well. She is a demon. She is a demon. No, she is not in love with anyone. All right, Xeon, man, you wanted to comment, man. You wanted to comment. You could have just gone on with your day. You could have just gone on with your day. But no, you have to comment and be an asshole, so you get banned. I've subscribed to love your art. Thanks. You good today? I'm fine, yeah. What's her headcanon? Like, what do you mean? She is very experienced with fire. Her family was already known for having really good pyromancy, but she actually excels in it, mastering it and all that shit. So she can do a lot of stuff with her fire magic. And demons typically can't be burned by most fires, but enough fire can actually leave them with burn scars. But if you're a pyromancer, it's likely that you will become most immune to your fire and most other fires. So yeah, so she is actually completely immune to being burned by, what up, Trevor Gaming? To being burned by any fire. This includes things like the frozen flame, blood flame, just other types of fire that just cannot hurt her due to her level of pyromancy. That's the benefit of being a really good pyromancer, I guess. We love your art. Thank you. I love it. You're so talented, and I love how you made the body. Just saying your art is lovely. Yeah, thank you. I'm not jealous, by the way. What's her sexuality? Why do so many people, like, I'm seeing that being asked a lot. It's likely that she's straight. She doesn't really get a partner, so I don't know why it matters. I never really discussed things like that with her because she doesn't really end up with a partner. Who does she hate the most? She just hates Eden as a whole. I'm getting sleepy, then go to sleep. Just go to sleep. It's so good, you're so talented. Thank you. The LGBTQ actually really isn't a thing on the Crucible. They don't really have our culture, if you know what I mean. They have a way different. They had actual like gods and stuff like that that looked down on a lot of cultures and stuff like that. They don't exactly have our culture, but I don't really know how to discuss her sexuality because she doesn't end up with anyone. She prefers to just be by herself. What part of hell is she from? Well, hell isn't like you think it is on the Crucible. Hell is like an actual like plot of land that is separated into 7 sections. She was a royal guard. She was born in the wrath part of the of hell, but she would grow up to become a royal guard in the pride part, protecting the king of hell. Who the fuck is Sarah? This is Sarah. This character here is my character. She has such a big personality. Yeah, she is not afraid to kill other mercenaries if they are unreliable and will likely get her or other mercenaries killed. If you are a liability, it's likely she will either kill you before said mission, or she will make it sure that you do not appear on said mission if you appear to be a liability. She is somebody that really only looks out for herself, but does not want other mercenaries getting killed because of one dumbass. Is she a demon? She is a demon, yes. Does she have any trauma? Well, considering that she feels like it was her fault, she led a platoon of Royal Guard soldiers when Eden attacked Hell. And the result of that battle was Eden won that fight. The King of Hell was killed. And a lot of demons were chased out of Hell. The technology regime got a lot of demon immigrants. And the demons that remained in Hell for the time being were subjugated. So she really does not like Eden. She has killed a fair few members of it, though. She does have a few skulls under her belt from the Cult of Eden. She doesn't really have any mental health issues. She just doesn't like people. Does her back hurt frequently? Well, she actually gets stabbed in the back a lot. I would say, yeah, she actually does have legitimate back issues. She's taken at least like 6 knives to the back of her back. What's her full name? I'm curious. Bighorn. Yeah, it's really that stupid. Is she evil? No, she is not, actually. Is she immortal? Nope, she is a mortal. She is a demon, but she's mortal. Bro, I'm a minor. Well, if you're a minor, you get kicked out. My bad. So, streaming is not made for kids. Do not say your age in here or you will get kicked out. What is her hobby? Being a mercenary. What do you mean? What's her hobby? How does she walk with a body like that? Is she White's sister? She walks just like everyone else, and no, she's nowhere even remotely related to White. If y'all don't like it, just get the fuck out. It's exactly what I'm saying. If you don't like it, just leave. I don't think being a mercenary would be a hobby. Well, she doesn't really do anything else. Does her neck not hurt? No. What's her relationship with the other OCs? She eventually comes to work for the Aesir. As she finds out that they basically have Eden on the ropes. And somebody who really, really, really hates Eden, she will take any chance she can get to avenge her king. So she does actually get along with a lot of them. She actually gets along. She actually does make a very huge friend of Angelina, who is White's mother, by the way. Her and Angelina do get along. So does any of her friends die? Plenty. Plenty of her coworkers die as well while she's doing mercenary work. If you do not like it, then why are you still watching? That's my question. Ours really good. Keep it up. Thanks. Is she like a ram or something? No, she's just a demon. She's just got really thick horns. Most demons have shorter horns. Her horns, though, there's a reason why she's literally... That's why her last name is Bighorn. Sometimes the names are really stupid, but they get the point across. I mean, can you guess what her family is known for? You're right, her pyromancy skills. You should kill yourself? Okay, I'm going to ban that guy. I'm just going to ban that guy real quick. How did you find your art style? Through a friend of mine. Me and her grew up together, and I drew like hers. If you hate it, then why did you click on it? I don't know. Nice artwork. It's really cool. She her preferred choice of weapons are either firearms, but her actual preferred weapon choice is halberds. If you're wondering what a halberd is, it's basically, think of a spear. Like instead of having like a point like this though, like a spear, halberds kind of have like an axe on them. So they're kind of like an axe, but they are also a spear. So you can chop and poke with them. For those of you who are wondering. Because I know not everyone knows who what halberds are. As they're a relatively unknown weapon type. I'm not sure where my other pencil went. It just kind of vanished. And I'm really upset that it's gone. Because that was my good racing pencil. Is she your OC? Yes, she is. Is she nice? She's a little annoying. Or she's a little rude, I'll say. She is kind of rude on the nose. Do her shoulders not hurt? No. Can I have the backstory on this art style? So I used to have a friend and we used to draw together all the time, and she would draw everything like this and all that stuff, and I would usually try to copy her art style, and eventually my art style developed in its own thing, but a lot of it is based off of hers. Please make a spicy one next. What do you mean a spicy one? Is she nice or mean? Well, she's stern. What the fuck have you become since I left? What do you mean? Did you get any inspiration for her? Not really, actually. If I do have inspiration for her, I can't recall it. I just know I wanted to make like a Royal Guard of Hell. That's kind of what she is. Do you get any inspiration for any of your characters? I get inspiration for my characters all the time. I'm going to ban that person. That's a very rude thing to say. That's an extremely rude person and very offensive to say in chat. I got to go to sleep. I'm tired. Good night, Hunter. All right, see ya, Nick. Thank you for tuning in. I told you to go to bed earlier if you were tired. You know, don't push yourself to stay awake. All right, Andy, Doc, I don't know why you're commenting instead of just scrolling. If you don't want to be grossed out, man, I don't know why you're sticking around. Hey, Hunter, could you respectfully kill yourself? Okay, you're getting banned. Man, that's 2 kill yourselves in the span of 20 minutes. That is crazy. I'm disappointed how you portray women. It's just how I draw them, man. Does this Sissy have a backstory? I've explained her backstory a few times, but I will go through it one more time. She used to be a Royal Guard of Hell. And then the Cult Eden came in, killed her king, basically took over Hell for a little bit. She became a mercenary afterwards. That's a short rundown of it. Can we see some of your other art from previous streams? A sure thing. We'll show off some other pieces. Your artwork makes me want to kill you. Okay, I'm going to ban that person. For real question, real quick, this will make things easy. How many of you think I should go die? Because apparently there's a lot of people in here I think I should actually die. So, how many of you in here, think I should go die? This makes it very easy to know who to ban. Makes it very, very easy to know who to ban. going to be banning for a little bit, as a lot of people think I should actually just kill myself. So, just give me a second. I find it really sad that this many human beings actually think that, but sure. I just make an anatomy like that. Alright, so I went through and banned a whole bunch of people. It's really sad that I had to go and ban, like, maybe, like, 20 people that think I should actually just kill myself. That's insane. A lot of you guys are really, really sad. That is, like, an insane thing to say to somebody. And just not think anything else about it. I may not actually show any more of my stuff. That amount of yeses was insane. I mean, I saw like maybe 40 people that actually said yes. That is insane, dude. I banned like half those people. Can you show Janet? I'm not really sure I want to show my artwork anymore. But you know what? Sure. We'll, what happened? Somebody said I should kill myself, and I was like, I asked chat as a joke, should I do that? And the amount of people that were actually saying, yeah, you should do it is insane. Here's Margaret from yesterday. People sometimes genuinely disgust me. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, that's a very sad amount of people. Yes, it is. I don't get why people are sending you death threats over art. I don't know. Beats me. This is Margaret, though, and then we have a baby Margaret. So we have a little kitty. And then we have her as an adult. So, you were disgusting and disrespectful. Please end your life. Okay, I'm going to ban you too. You're a fucking bitch. So, that's Margaret. Here is Janet. Your art's pretty peak. Thank you. What the fuck? People are actually sending you death threats? Yep. That's the internet. Welcome to the internet. So that's Janet. I don't get why some people are freaking out over the anatomy. It's a drawing. Dude, sometimes people get offended over literally like lines. Show more. All right, we will show... here's a work in progress I'm working on for one of my villains. My inspiration for this villain is Albert Wesker from Resident Evil. Beautiful art. Thank you. Is this an art style? Yes, it is. So this one's not finished yet. I'm still working on it. So, yeah, the inspiration for him was Albert Wesker from Resident Evil. Here is David and Emily. How would you describe your art style? Cartoonish, but fantasy-like. Maybe people are sending you death threats to get your attention. Well, then they don't get my attention anymore because they get banned. You shouldn't even be drawing women. That's a very interesting thing to say. How do you draw muscular men? I look up actual pictures of how muscles should even be like defined. I've gotten a lot better at doing things like elbows and biceps. So, yeah. Are they married? These two are married, yes. How do you draw the back of women? It's drawing the back of any of my characters is really hard. So here's Hati and Luna. This was just a little comic I made. Can you give me tips on drawing muscular? I would say always start with the torso and then go out from there. Start with her torso. So this is Hati and Luna. Please look at this. You need to recognize that this is pretty disrespectful. Drawing all the characters with one or two sets of body types makes unrealistic and unappealing content. Okay. You know, these are my characters and stuff like that, and this is my art style. I don't get why people come in here and tell me I'm doing that wrong. Could you share with how you drew your hands? I draw so I take a picture of my hand in said pose, and then I try to draw or like trace over that, and I practice drawing that more. So, one thing is that when you're drawing your hand kind of vaguely represents a square shape. So I do add a curve here, and then I will go like that, and that will give me the rough shape of the hand, and then it will add the fingers as I go along. But when I'm taking a picture, I will pose my fist like this, and then I'll take a picture of that, and then I'll place it accordingly to what pose I'm going to be putting it in. That's how I draw hands. Here are some of my villains I did. This is Haze, and this is Blight. These are two of my villains. Can you show more David pictures? I don't have any more pictures of David that I physically have drawn. I didn't realize people like David all that much. A lot of people really like Hati a lot. Oh, there's Margaret again. Just open this back up. This sketchbook right here has a few of them before I switch to this one. Are they in love? David and Emily, yes, are married. So here is Luna, a full body drawing of Luna. Here is a full body drawing of Hati with a 7-year-old Hati as well. So you can see both the contrast from child to adult. Are the villains in love? Some of the villains don't really have any feelings is the thing. I like Luna. Luna is Hati's daughter. Have you ever drawn Twink? Or they all... Well, yeah, everyone has a bit of a different body shape. I have like 3, maybe just 3 fun boy characters. White is my favorite. Here's Axel. This is Hati's husband. Are your characters queer? I don't even know what queer means, actually. It's your art. Do we want your characters? Whatever floats your boat, man. Thank you for somebody who actually fucking realized that. Axel's my favorite. Axel is Hati's husband. How do you get your body references? A lot of places. Here are some references for Artemis and Apollo, who I'm currently making. So some references. They were very rough sketches. Are any of your characters LGBTQ? Some of them are. Here's White, probably the smallest character in my show, standing at a nice 4'1" compared to everyone else. Here is White, though. He's one of my femboy characters, one of my only 3 femboy characters out of my 100 plus. Yes, I have over 100 plus characters, and White is one of the only 3 femboys I have. The other 2 are more transgender-ish, but he is a boy. Wait, you have like a show? It's like more of a writing project called Agony, yes. But I plan to make it into a show. Can you show us artwork you're proud of? I'm proud of a lot of artwork, but the thing is I do digital art mainly. So artist to artist, your art is pretty cool. Can I see Margaret? I just showed Margaret. White is not really all that intelligent, actually. He is kind of not all there. Here's Hati again, but dodging a spear. Because so many people wanted me to draw Hati again. So there's Hati again. She's dodging a spear after the bad guys captured her. Teach me your ways. Maybe I'll do a drawing stream sometime where I Do you have any more art of White? I have because I've drawn him digitally sometimes, but I printed out one of my digital art pieces. So I do have a piece of him from digital art that I've actually printed out, and that's right here. He's printed out there. As you can see, White. This is his proto-suit, and this is a parasite that latched onto his arm. So this happens later in his story. A parasite connects to his arm and kind of eats it off, and then replaces his arms. Or replaces his arm. Does White have a BF? He's not gay. When would you say your next live stream will be? Probably later. I don't really like giving shout-outs. I find it rude, I guess. The suit actually just makes him look like that, actually. In reality, he's actually really, really skinny. In fact, it even compresses his butt down a little bit. A femboy that's not gay? No, he's not gay. In fact, he really likes really big women. Well, every woman is technically bigger than him. He's really tiny. So that's my other piece of White, though. Remember, I hate doors. I don't know who that is. I ever draw a femboy with chests? You mean like breasts? Is he your self-insert? No. What do you mean you draw a femboy with chests? Like, I don't understand what you mean by that. Who's your favorite OC? I do not have a favorite OC. I like them all equally. Do you have an OC? I'm just curious. Yeah, I have one called Doodle Hunter. He's the Doodle version of me. You can find him all over my channel if you actually go and check it out. Doodle Hunter is who I use to speak through as an animated thing. Who's your main OC that I draw the most? Well, I kind of go in phases of drawing them. Depends on when I'm writing for them, I draw them more. Well, I haven't seen any harassment things from him, so... What's your favorite female character? I don't have any favorite characters. I just said that. Sorry, bro. People are saying it, telling you to KYS. Yep, that happens. Just happens. Not really breast, just big chest. It's kind of hard to explain. I don't really know. Can you draw a villain called Den? What? I'm tired, but it's like 12 o'clock. That's insane. Do you have any LGBTQ plus OCs? I've got very few, but I have a few. We have one gay character named Dylan. We have a few lesbian characters, and we have one transgender character. Do you do commissions? Not anymore. I haven't done commissions in a few years. Do you plan getting other anime? Yes, of course. Why would I not? I wouldn't want to animate this whole thing by myself. Anyway, there's Margaret, and then Sarah. Let's just put Sarah back on the thing, since that's what the stream was about, was drawing Sarah. You have a fandom that you draw? Nope, I don't like fandoms. $103. Yeah, that's how the streams go. I usually get a whole bunch of people in the beginning that are really hateful and all that stuff and chase away some of my viewers, and then I have a few left over because all the haters realize is that they can't really get to me. I do not like fandoms. I don't really draw from many fandoms. Why does she have horns? She's a demon. Hey, Willinter, I have a question. What's your question, Autumn? You don't like fandoms? No, fandoms scare me. A lot of the time, they're full of toxic fucking people. I have to go see you next stream. I will see you later. Do you have a Discord I can animate? Yeah, you can join the Discord server. It's linked to my community post. You can find it there. When you draw women, do you mean to draw them inappropriately? Like, what do you mean inappropriately? This is just how I've always drawn a lot of my female OCs. I draw a lot of my male OCs really bulky and stuff like that too. So I don't really know what you're getting at. I've done not safe for work art, yeah. Agony is a not safe for work project, but it's also technically a not safe for life project due to the amount of gore and murder. But yeah, I've done not safe for work art of some of these characters in the situations that they appear in. Can you do suggestions next stream? No. I will probably never do suggestions ever again. Actually, drawing female characters is less because male characters, especially the larger, more muscular ones, I have to try and get all the muscles down. And a lot of them have facial hair, so they're a little harder to draw. But all my characters are kind of complicated to draw. Can I have a good night, please? Well, good night to you. The official puzzle piece. Good night to you, man. What art supplies do you use? A pencil. Thanks for the live. All right, see ya, Static. I joined the server, yeah. Don't be fucking weird in the server. You're gonna have to go through a thing through my mods real quick, so you may not be able to chat immediately. Sorry. We've had a few problems in the past week. At least the art's nice. Thank you. I know it wasn't supposed to be funny, but you just saying a pencil was really hilarious to me. Really? Draw a Sarmental. It's not going to be a female with big assets. Maybe use your imagination. Draw Saramental? What does that mean? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Do you stream daily? I stream multiple times a day, yeah. How do you get the motivation to draw in general? For one, I like drawing on stream because it gets you people, you know, I get to talk with people. Two, these are my characters. I like drawing my characters. I like writing for my characters, you know, all that stuff. So my motivation to draw them is to update their designs if they need updating and show them off to my other person who's helping me write Agony. See you, Static. Can you do the pen spin trick? No, not anymore. I used to be able to do it back in school. What pencil do you use? A mechanical pencil. I don't know what Ceremental is, so. Are your half animal OCs classified as Beastman? If you call, so in Agony, if you call a Beastman a furry, it's like saying the N-word to a black guy. It's like really racist to them. Beastmen are like actual animals. They are like legitimate animals. You should really get more chat mods. I really should, yeah, because none of my chat mods are active right now. Thank you for seeing me. No problem. Why do people hate your art? Because some people see art and they just think, I can't do that. I need to kill this person. I'm back because I can't sleep. Take some sleeping medication. I want to be a mod. You got to meet a lot of criteria to become a mod. Now people just imagine people saying fur and fur. Beastmen don't really like humans. Humans don't like a lot of the species, let's be honest. Do you accept fan art? I accept fan art, yeah. I can't. My parents stabbed me. That's insane. Can you do a mod application thingy on the Discord? If you meet the criteria to be a mod, then you meet the criteria to be a mod. Like, I don't need to make a job application for how to become a mod on my channel. I'm gonna make some fan art. Go ahead. Be active, optional. No, it is not. That is nothing that is optional. You have to be active a lot of the time. That is not something that could just be like, oh, well, I'm just not going to tune in today. I'm making pins. Can I use your OCW? Cred? What? Most of my mods are probably asleep. Cool join, thanks. With W means with cred. I prefer you not make them into pins and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, if you want to, sure. Anyway. Whew. I'd like to thank a lot of you for tuning in. I should have been charging my phone so that way I have it all prepared for next stream. What's her color palette? If you want to know the full color versions, because I can't really explain the colors. If you want to see the color, holy crap. If you want to see the colored versions of these characters, if I can say it, god damn it, join the Discord. You can see all the artwork I have. Except the Not Safe for Work stuff, because I don't share that in the Discord. You shouldn't be sharing Not Safe for Work stuff in the Discord anyway. Or racist shit. That especially, you will get banned. Anyway, chat. So, you guys know how to join the Discord. I've explained it plenty of times. So, I'm just going to end stream now. I'm going to let my phone charge, and we might open up with something on the Super Nintendo. I see. Anyway, I will be seeing y'all later. I'm going to let my phone charge. We're going to be playing the NES, or the Super NES. I joined the Discord, but I can't. All right, see you guys.